You closed the tab, you searched Claude Code tutorial, you clicked the first result. The person opened something called a terminal. Black screen, white text. They typed npm install and a wall of code scrolled past. They said repository, they said directory, they said clone this repo. You closed the tab in 60 seconds. And you told yourself what you have been telling yourself for months. This is for developers, not for me. I get it. I have spent 20 years in tech, and even I remember staring at that first Claude Code screen thinking, wait, I just type English because the name is the problem. Claude Code. The word code is a locked door. It tells you that you need a key you do not have. You do not? Last year, 13,000 people applied to Anthropic's official Claude Code hackathon. 500 got in. They had 1 week to build something real. The winners? Mike Brown, personal injury attorney, never written a line of code in his life. He built a tool that automates California's building permit review process. First place, a cardiologist from Brussels built a patient follow-up platform between hospital shifts in airport lounges on a transatlantic flight. Third place, a road infrastructure technician from Uganda turned road footage into automated investment analysis reports. Top 5. 3 out of 5 winners were not developers. They did not write code. They wrote instructions in plain English, the same English you are reading right now. And by the end of this video, you will not just understand what Claude Code is. You will have built something with it, not someday, today, step by step. No jargon, no assumptions. If you have ever typed a Google search, you have the skill you need. Here is your front door. And I promise you, it is the least technical setup you have ever done for any software in your life. Go to Claude.ai, that is it, a website. Signing up takes 2 minutes, the same way you would sign up for Netflix or Gmail. The Pro plan is $20 a month. That is the total cost. One subscription, less than a medium pizza. And what you are getting is an AI that works directly on your computer, in your actual files, following your instructions. For context, the average person spends $293 a month across 5 or 6 different AI tools. This one tool replaces most of them. Now download the desktop app. You will see a download button right on the dashboard. Click it. Install it the same way you would install any app. Double-click, follow the prompts. Mac or Windows, does not matter. Takes about 3 minutes. Open it. You are looking at a clean interface. A text box, a blinking cursor, and your brain is doing exactly what everyone's brain does the first time. What do I even type? I want you to sit with that feeling for a second. Because it is important. That feeling, the blank page anxiety, is not a sign that you are in the wrong place. It is proof that you are in exactly the right place. Everyone who has ever built something with Claude Code started at this exact screen with this exact feeling. The cardiologist felt it, the attorney felt it, you are supposed to feel it. The answer is simpler than you think. You type what you want in a sentence, the way you would explain something to the smartest new hire on their first day. Someone brilliant who understands everything but does not know your business, your needs, your profession yet. Not code, not commands, not special syntax. A sentence. Watch. I am going to type one instruction right now. I am not going to plan it. I am not going to optimize it. I am going to describe what I want the way I would describe it to a person sitting next to me. Create a folder called My Portfolio. Add an index.html file with a professional portfolio website for a freelance graphic designer. Include an About section, a services page with pricing, a testimonial section with 3 sample reviews, and a contact form. One instruction, plain English, watch the screen. Claude is reading the instruction. It is creating the folder. It is writing files. You can see it happening in real time, file after file appearing on your computer. Not in the cloud, not in a chatbot window, on your computer, in your files. 15 seconds, open your browser, drag that file in, and look at what you are seeing. A professional portfolio website, clean layout, services section with actual pricing ties, 3 testimonials, a working contact form, color scheme, typography, spacing, all handled from one sentence. You just built that, no code, no templates, no developer friend you had to call. 1 English sentence and a 15-second wait. And here is what makes this different from copying and pasting in ChatGPT. Claude Code did not give you text to put somewhere else. It created real files on your real computer. You own them, they work, you can open them, edit them, share them, put them on the internet. Now watch what happens when you want to change something. Make the color scheme navy blue and gold. Add a section called Recent Projects with 4 portfolio items. Each item should have a title, description, and an image placeholder. Claude reads your existing files, it understands what it already built, it modifies the site, does not start over. New colors, new section, 4 portfolio items with the exact structure you described. You are not starting from scratch each time, you are having a conversation with something that remembers what it built and builds on top of it. One more. Create a skill file called Generate Client Proposal. When I run it, it should ask for the client's name, project type, and budget, then generate a professional PDF proposal with my services, timeline, and payment terms. That is what is called an agent skill. It is a saved instruction, like a recipe in a cookbook. You write it once. From that point forward, you type /command and the entire proposal workflow runs automatically, every time, perfectly, without explaining it again. That is 3 builds in 5 minutes. A portfolio website, a design update, an automated proposal system, 0 code, 0 jargon, 0 developer experience required. Think about what just happened. You did not copy text from a chatbot and paste it into some other tool. You did not screenshot a response and try to recreate it manually. You gave an instruction, files appeared on your computer. A real working website opened in your browser. You modified it with a follow-up sentence. You created an automation that will save you hours every single week. This is what separates Claude Code from ChatGPT, from Gemini, from every other AI chatbot you have tried. Those tools talk, Claude Code does. It reaches into your computer and creates real things. That distinction between an AI that generates text and an AI that takes action is the single biggest shift in how humans work with technology. And most people do not even know it exists. Now, here is the part I wish someone had told me before my first session. This is exactly where most people make the one mistake that kills everything. They get excited, they open Claude Code, they type something like, "Help me with my business," and they get garbage back, not because the tool is broken, because the instruction is empty. "Help me with my business" gives Claude nothing to work with, no specifics, no context, no direction. It is the equivalent of hiring a brilliant contractor and saying, "Build me something nice," then getting frustrated when the result does not match what you imagined. The one rule that separates people who succeed with Claude Code from people who quit after one session: be specific, not technical, specific. You do not need to know what HTML is. You do not need to know programming languages. You do need to know what you want. There is a framework, 3 questions. Answer them in your instruction, and Claude will deliver something useful every single time. 2 is this for? A freelance graphic designer is specific, a business is not. What should it include? Services section with pricing, testimonials, and a contact form tells Claude exactly what to build. A nice website tells it nothing. How should it look and work? Navy blue and gold color scheme, professional layout gives Claude direction. Make it look good gives it a coin flip. Who, what, how, 3 words. That is the entire instruction framework, and this is exactly why a personal injury attorney beat 500 developers at Anthropic's hackathon. Attorneys write briefs for a living. Clear, specific, structured instructions. That skill, the ability to describe precisely what you need, transfers directly to Claude Code. The nurse knows patient intake workflows better than any programmer. The teacher understands curriculum gaps better than any software engineer. The accountant knows tax preparation steps better than any developer ever will. That domain knowledge, the expertise you have built across your entire career, is the instruction set. At that hackathon, the developers knew how to write code. The attorney knew how to describe what people actually need. Claude Code turned his descriptions into working software. The domain expert won. The code expert did not. You already have domain expertise. In your profession, in your daily work, in the problems you solve every day, you have spent years, maybe decades, building knowledge that tells you exactly what needs to be built, how it should work, who it is for, and what would make it useful. That is the skill Claude Code needs. Not Python, not JavaScript. Clarity. Maria is a nurse in Philadelphia. She works night shifts. Between shifts, she used Claude Code to create AI-generated meditation audio tools for hospital patients. Specific instructions based on what she saw patients actually need, not what a developer would guess they need. She earns $5,600 a month from that side project, reduced her shift load, same nursing knowledge, new output channel. Priya teaches elementary school in Bangkok. She used Claude Code to generate custom lesson plan templates, formatted exactly the way her school district requires, aligned to specific standards she knows by heart. She sells them on a digital marketplace. $4,800 a month. A teacher's domain knowledge turned into a product with an AI that does the building. They did not learn to code, they described what they already knew. Claude handled the rest. An AI educator named Alex Finn taught a friend, someone who had never written a line of code, to use Claude Code for the first time. He described the moment she went from being downtrodden and skeptical to dancing around the room in about 15 minutes. 15 minutes from this is not for me to dancing, because the gap between trying and seeing something work is that small. One instruction, one result, everything changes. And here is the number that should change how you see yourself. 63% of people building with AI right now are not developers. More than 6 out of 10. The majority of people building real things with these tools, products, businesses, automations, websites come from backgrounds that have nothing to do with software engineering. The skill was never coding, the skill was clarity, knowing what to ask for, knowing what your audience needs, knowing the problem well enough to describe the solution. 4 in 10 workers right now are afraid AI will make them obsolete. That fear has a name, FOBO, fear of becoming obsolete, and it doubled in the past year. But the people who actually become obsolete, they are not the ones who cannot code. They are the ones who will not start. You started today, right now, by watching this far, by not closing the tab this time. You signed up. You opened the app, you typed a sentence, you watched something get built. You are not a non-coder who used a coding tool. You are a builder who does not happen to write code. There is a difference. And 63% of AI builders in the world right now are proof that the difference matters. Tonight, open Claude Code. Type one instruction for your profession, not mine, not a tutorial example, yours. If you are a teacher, create a parent communication template that I can customize for each student's progress report. If you are a nurse, build a shift handoff checklist that covers patient status, medication changes, and pending orders. A freelancer? Generate a client onboarding email sequence, welcome email, project kickoff questionnaire, and timeline agreement. One instruction, your expertise, Claude's execution. Remember that tutorial you closed? You do not need it anymore. You are past it. The door was never locked. The word code just made you think it was. Every skill file, every template I used in this video, they are free inside the Agent Skills Academy. A community of builders, not developers, builders, teachers, nurses, freelancers, parents, solopreneurs, people who describe what they want and let AI build it. Link is in the description. And I put together a free cheat sheet with 50 AI business ideas, each one with income potential and the exact Claude Code instructions to get started. That link is there too. You have built your first thing, now build your second.